Hello, my most amazing artists. Today you will be glazing your turtle if you're in kindergarten or first, or your pendant if you're in second grade. And you are going to choose two colors. We are not going to paint a whole bunch of colors today. So you're going to choose two glaze colors, and I will bring you those colors. If someone else wants to use the same colors as you, they will sit by you, and we will get this all organized as soon as the video is over. So you'll need to be listening. I'm going to glaze my turtle and show you how we're going to do this. I have chosen to glaze my turtle not really realistic because I'm going to give him a blue shell, and I'm going to give him green legs, tail, and head. So the way you're going to do this, you are going to dip your brush. You can use the top to start with. You're going to get some glaze on your brush. And like I said, this is the blue. It doesn't look blue as I'm putting it on, but it is blue. You're going to get the color onto your shell. And once you have one layer on there, and make sure it's a good layer, you kind of have to pick up your turtle. See, I want to paint the edges, but I don't want to paint the bottom. Okay, so that's really important. I want to paint the edge, but I don't want to paint underneath the bottom of him. So be sure that you paint all the edges. Okay, once I have all the edges painted, then I'm going to kind of wipe off the extra paint onto my glaze container. I'm going to leave it open but set it aside. Now I'm going to get the other color, and I'm going to paint his head, his feet, his legs, and his tail. You have to paint 3 coats of glaze, so that's the first coat of the blue. And this will be the first coat of the green. If we need to work on these next week, we will, okay? No big deal. Remember, we're not painting the bottom, but we are painting the sides. So paint the top of that foot and the sides. Kind of have to pick it up and paint the sides. But see, I'm not painting the bottom. If a little bit gets on the bottom, I can wipe it off. So no big deal. Just don't intentionally paint the bottom. All right, and that's what we're doing today. We're just glazing our clay piece. 3 coats. Try to get finished. Again, if you don't finish, that's okay. We can finish next week. No big rush if you don't get finished. Here's 1 coat on the legs, the feet, and the head. Now I'm going to wipe this off because my glaze needs to dry in between coats. There's still a little bit of green, so I'm going to brush it off onto the messy mat, or I may have a wipe for you. And I'm going to use what's in the lid if there is anything in the lid. Here's my second coat. Don't forget the edges. It's really easy to get the top, but you will forget the edges. So don't forget that once you've gotten the top glazed, you have to go around the edges like so. So I'm just working on my second layer. Once I finish with the top of the shell and the side of the shell, I'm going to wipe off the brush. And then I will start with the green, not forgetting to get the sides. Don't just get the top, you have to get the sides. When you bring your clay piece to me, or when you tell me you're finished, I'm going to look to see if the sides are painted. And if not, you're going to need to paint them. You have to get them painted. And you have to get 3 coats on everything. That's very important if you want your clay to be successful. Now I'm going to also paint my third coat. So your third coat is your third layer. That means you painted 1 layer, you let it dry. You painted a second layer, you let it dry. You painted a third layer, you let it dry. You are using 2 different colors. So paint your shell, then go and paint your feet and head and tail. Then paint your shell a second coat, then paint your feet, your head, and your tail a second coat. Then paint your shell a third coat, and then paint your feet, head, and tail a third coat, and then you will be finished. Be sure that you close them really well. You have to twist the cap on tight. And then leave your clay piece on your messy mat. You can bring me your paintbrush, but leave your clay piece on your messy mat so it can dry. Because right now mine is still wet, and if I pick it up, I'm going to get that glaze on me. So I'm going to let it sit there to dry. You can go to the carpet to play. And then, at the end of class, when the alarm goes off, everyone will bring me their clay piece then. Have fun!